What's up everybody, back again with another video. So I've been spending the past month driving the all new Ford Everest and I think it looks really good. So up front you've got this Everest badging which is in all black, which looks really good. This also comes from the previous outgoing model. They also have this black lettering which looks really good. You've got this black grille on here which looks also quite good. On the Platinum model you have a silver chrome bar, but on the Sport level you have this dark grille which looks really good. And then with the headlights, we've got this C-shape clam headlights, which I really like. This is inspired by obviously the American trucks, the F-Series trucks, which I think looks really good. You've got LED headlights in there, you've got LED spotlights as well, which look really good. Overall, Ford has ensured that the roundness of the outgoing generation has completely been deleted. They've made sure that the front is now boxier. The F-150 inspired face makes an appearance which looks immense. It's a presence that's unmissable on and off-road. Everybody has been asking what this car is, and you will definitely move when you see the car in your rear view. It's a winner for me, especially at the front. Around the side, you've got then these new alloy wheels which are in black. These are the 17-inch wheels, but the diameter is quite big, and the travel and everything is it does quite a good job on road and off road. We've got these are the highway terrains, but they've traveled quite well during the December period. I've been on the farm and I've gone through almost every terrain and it hasn't been that bad. You've got this bi-turbo, so this one is kitted with the 2-liter bi-turbo engine, and this is just the reworked engine of the outgoing model, which is also quite good. You've got the Sport badging on here as well, which looks really good.
Overall, the side profile looks really good and complements the car quite well. My apologies, these are 20 inches and not 17 as I stated earlier. They're also cleared in Goodyear highway terrain tires. The car also has running boards, as you can see there, which makes entrance and exit into the car quite easy. You also have keyless entry.
At the rear, you've got C-clamp LED tail lamps. This is definitely almost similar to what's in the front, but however this is this type of C, if I can put it that way. But they look also quite cool. You've got this 4x4 badging on here. If you do get obviously the 4x4 variant, you get a 4x4 badging on here which is in black, and then you've got the all Everest lettering also at the rear, and everybody will notice that you've got a reverse camera on there. You've got obviously the towing kit, and this can tow quite a lot. Then you've got a Sport badge at the rear, and that's the rear.
As you can notice, the rear looks just as good. I think the separated LED tail lights with the C-shape looks really good.
Inside, Ford has done an extensive job in the all-new Everest. You've got this new portrait, obviously tablet style infotainment. It houses everything in here. You've got your aircon controls, and what I still like about it is that you actually have physical buttons for the aircon control as well as the volume, and it doesn't become a bit of a problem when you need to work on certain functions like the aircon as well as the volume. My only worry though is that this button is a bit low for me. I'd appreciate it if it was at the top, and I think that's the only issue that I've found within the system. You also have this really cool I think these air vents. They're really just good to look at. The design is refreshing on the eye. You've got Everest lettering above here. You've got a storage kit on here. You've got obviously your glove box. And also the nice thing about this here is that you've got all these cup holders on here, but you also have a cup holder on here, which is something that I've always liked, and this is quite cool. And you've got obviously your drive mode selector on here, which are off-road selector buttons also on here. You also have now an electronic park brake, which is something new to the Everest altogether. On the seats wise, you unfortunately don't get heated seats on here, but it's quite bolstered, nice looking seats which are in leatherette, if I can put it that way. And then you've got sport detailing on there as well. And ultimately I think it's just a good cabin to be in. The rear also has enough space. I've been driving with almost a full house every time I've been driving this December, and it's always been no space issues or no worries whatsoever. I think the one thing that I really love is just the quality of the display as well as the driver display. The quality is impeccable.
One thing I also forgot to mention is that this driver and passenger receive electrically adjustable seats. The seats are really comfortable, and I did mention, I think the one thing that making this new Ford Everest leaps ahead of its competition is the fact that Sync 4 is effortless and functions brilliantly. I think that they've done an extensive job in making sure that they replace the old model altogether, and I applaud them for that. And I think they've been taking notes in making sure that there are still buttons in the cabin. So that's why you have the volume as well as the aircon buttons, which makes life easier as opposed to you having to dig through the entire infotainment. Otherwise, I think the sound in the car is amazing. I've always been a fan of Ford sound systems, so there's really nothing to complain about. I think my only worry just has to be the lack of heated seats, because I know how crazy the winters in South Africa is.
So the space in the rear, like I mentioned, is also quite decent. I'm not gonna say decent. I think it's amazing. This is my normal driving position, and if I can sit on here, you can see I still have enough leg room and headroom, so that's also quite cool. You have obviously cup holders on there for the rear. You've got 2 USB sockets on there, as well as a plug, like an actual 230 volts plug on there. You've got aircon controls as well for the rear with the vents here on the top here, so that is also quite cool. And for those who want to get into the last row, the third row, it's not a problem whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is literally just pull onto this lever, and that brings everything, and you just slide the seat, and that's it. So it's something that I always appreciate, 7-seaters, and this is not a problem to get in or get out of the rear. You've got also cup holders in the rear there. You've got a 12-volt socket in the rear, so everybody always makes sure that they are ventilated, and they always have place to put stuff, places to put their drinks. So yeah, really cool interior. So this year, the all-new Everest is powered by two powertrains. Sorry, it's either a 2-liter bi-turbo engine or a 3-liter V6. And in the sport model that I've been driving, we are powered by a 2-liter bi-turbo engine. This is essentially the same engine that's in the outgoing generations of the Ranger and Everest models, but this has been retuned, and it's paired to a 10-speed automatic gearbox, and I can really feel that it's been retuned and reworked, obviously. And yeah, I think they've done an extensive job to making sure that that powertrain also just slots on to this new frame of the car. So I'm really happy about that. I think I've traveled quite a lot throughout this December. I think I've done over 3,000 kilometers. I've never had any issue whatsoever in terms of lack of power or lag, or any lag, or I felt like or feeling like the gearbox is not responsive whatsoever. It's been really responsive. You can really feel that it's been retuned, and I really applaud the Ford engineers for doing that. So this is tuning out 154 kilowatts and 500 newton meters of torque. So obviously an increase in power as well, and as well as torque. So that is really, I think people will really enjoy this powertrain. I think this is the one to have. I know that the 3-liter V6 has that grunt, and there are people who are going to want that that 3-liter V6 that's in the Platinum. I think I would want that myself, but I think for an everyday use, as a daily, this has proved to be just perfect. I've been averaging about 10.5, 10.6 liters per 100 year, which is ultimately not bad for a vehicle of this size. And I mean, I think everybody knows that in this segment, you'd be pushing it in to actually achieve anything less than 9. So I think averaging 10.5, 10.6 liters per 100 has been obviously been quite frugal. I do know that there are some of my colleagues who've been doing in the late 9s. I think ultimately all depends on your right foot. And yeah, I'm just really impressed with this powertrain. I've never had any issues whatsoever, personally, whenever I test drive these 2-liter bi-turbos. And yeah, I think people are going to love it. That's essentially my driving impressions. And yeah. Now, for my final thoughts, I think I'm gonna have to sit down for this one. Right? I think Ford has done obviously quite a lot of work on the new car. The car looks good. There's I haven't had any problems over the December period. I've driven, like I said, over 3,000 kilometers and whatever. There's enough space for me and all my friends I've been with, etc. And I just think that for a price, this car starts at 960,000 Rand. And Ford now has told us that it's moved out of the Fortuner League, the MUX League, etc. So right now it's now sitting with the Prado. And I think that is a value for money. This is a value for money product. For 960,000 Rand with all what you're getting in the car, the levels of technology, the space, the presence. I think the presence first of all, I've been getting quite a lot of looks. This color is Sedona orange, and I personally wouldn't expect this color, but it's also been such a hit on the streets wherever I've been going. Everybody's just been looking and asking me obviously what the name of this color is, and just about the overall car. People have been literally stopping me and getting into the car, seeing everything that's new. And obviously the price has been a shocker to them as well, the fact that it's 960,000 Rand, and I think that's ultimately the nice part about it. So this is obviously now styled at people who are bigger, with big families. I don't want to categorize it into saying that it's only people with big families, etc., because I personally would also buy this car. I think for what it is and what it can achieve, I would buy it. People now who are looking at the Prado per se can now look at this for a cheaper price. And I think overall, in terms of my entire December and the time I've spent with this car, it's just been really, really good. I think I've always said these big products in the city don't do quite well in terms of fuel wise, right, for me. And that obviously depends on where you are in your life in terms of your tax bracket and how, everything, and fuel will matter. So whenever I was going to the farm, traveling far, etc., it's been perfect for me. But I think whenever I've been in the city, going to the shops here and there, obviously it's been it has tended to chow a lot of fuel, or a bit more fuel, obviously. But people who are going to be buying these cars won't really worry about that, because obviously, I always say, when you make a big boy or big girl purchase, you're prepared for everything that comes with it. However, I think it's a really good product. I'm confident that I'll be seeing a lot of these on the roads. I'd really hope I see these on the roads quite a lot. I think you've nothing to lose on here. It's a very, very good product. I can't speak on reliability, but for now, obviously, since they're still brand new, but we've had those 2-liter bi-turbo engines, and they've been quite reliable, obviously, with the outgoing Rangers and the Everest. And obviously now the fact that they've been reworked and retuned just means that they should be obviously more reliable. I think that's it. Please do watch out for more reviews and videos. We're really trying to pump out more videos on YouTube. And please like, subscribe, and share our videos. And see you on the next one. Peace.